Oh, look, everybody. We are uncomfortable close to a little girl and her chest, as one might expect of a game like this. That's just going to be the situation we're in today, and we're going to try to grin and bear it. This is so funny. What is? Well, I was just thinking how weird it is to have a friend who does these kinds of things. Yeah, right. Eh? Don't say that. You'll make me feel weird about it, stupid. I mean, there's only one way this could be appropriate is that they're like childhood friends and they've been through thick and thin, through everything, blah blah. Which the game tried to kind of establish, but didn't really follow up on it. So I find myself thinking, like, what are you even doing? Anyway, it's okay though. I'm happy we're like this. Aren't you? Ah, I guess. Hey, be careful. The button might come off. Why is this one so hard to close? I struggled to fully close the button near her chest. Well, what do you think, genius? Does this thing even fit you properly? Eh heh heh. I did when I bought it. Sigh. If you ever buttoned it, you would have noticed sooner than that it doesn't fit you anymore. Well, how about you let her do it herself, huh? What are you smiling about? It means my boobs got bigger again. Don't say that out loud. Eh. Anyway, you look much better now, so... Ah. Why does it feel strange to see Sayori's blazer buttoned up like that? But it's so stuffy. Ugh. That's not worth it at all. Sayori hastily unbuttons her blazer once more. Yeah, whatever. What was the point of this? Phew. That's so much better. Sayori puts her arms out and twirls around. So if I keep it unbuttoned, then I won't get a boyfriend, right? What kind of logic is that? And why are you saying that like it's a good thing? Because if I had a boyfriend, then he wouldn't even let you do things like this. I mean, you could also just tell him not to. But I guess you want to. Man, high school is the worst. The fucking... I mean, Japanese high school, I can't even imagine. Obviously, it's nothing like anime is making it out to be, but whoever tells you high school is great and they feel really nostalgic about it and they wish they were back in school, they're either totally, I don't know, like, either they were the ones making it harder on other people or they're completely lying to themselves, or I don't know. Or maybe their life right now is just so miserable that they think back on it fondly somehow. I don't know. Like, I would never in a million years want to relive those years. Like, if you guys have different experiences, feel free to tell me, but in my experience, universally, people hate school in general and high school in particular. I mean, those years. Anyway, moving on. Oh, wait, she said something. And you take care of me better than anyone else would anyway. Yeah, I thought something like this would have happened. So that's why I'm keeping it unbuttoned. Hint, hint. Stop saying all these embarrassing things. I didn't say anything embarrassing. Jeez. Well, anyway, just focus on trying to wake up a little earlier. Only if you focus on going to bed earlier. Fine. It's a deal. I guess we really are better at taking care of each other than we are taking care of ourselves. Yeah, I guess so, huh? Or just, admonishing each other because of shit and never actually making things better. So maybe you should come wake me up in the morning. Oh my god. Now I'm thinking, make up your mind about who you're gonna date in this thing, which I guess might be the point of the whole game, and then just leave. Because I can see so much drama coming towards me here. Because everybody seems to be really into me somehow. Or, alternatively, just, I don't know, just get a different girlfriend somewhere else. Because this is not going to end in a good spot for me. You're doing it again, sorry. Oh, but I was joking that time. Man, it's impossible to tell with you sometimes. Okay, everyone, yeah. Let me tell you from experience, just before we move on to the next scene, you don't want multiple girls in your life. Unless, of course, that's like the agreed upon thing, and then that could be pretty cool. But, if there's... You don't want dishonesty, you don't want distrust. You just want to be straight up with everybody, and if everybody wants you for themselves, then that's not going to work out, is it? Anyway. So that's why I try and steer very clear of everything that just hints at being this kind of complication. Anyway. That's my 2 cents. Monica suddenly calls out, "Why don't you share the poems we wrote now?" Yay. Falmunction, I can't wait to read yours. Yeah, same. Yeah, that's true. I failed to sound enthusiastic, but Sayori still trots away to retrieve her poem. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. My relaxation ends. Can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, excuse me, why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait. Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf, torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Oh my god, another song! I had no idea. Judging from, the icons jumping up and down, it would be either Sayori or Yuri. I'm gonna pick Yuri for now. Let's see how this works. Yuri seems the most experienced, so I should start with her. I can trust her opinion to be fair. ... Yuri stares at the poem. A minute passes, more than enough time for her to finish reading. Oh, sorry. I forgot to start speaking. Okay. It's fine, don't force yourself. I'm not. I just need to put my thoughts into words. Hold on. Okay. This is your first time writing a poem, right? Yeah. Well, why'd you ask? I'm just making sure. I guess that it might be after reading through it. Ah, so it's that bad? No. Did I just raise my voice? I'm so sorry. Yuri buries her face in her hands. Except she's, fiddling with her hair instead. I couldn't help but notice that it's been several minutes and we really haven't gotten anywhere. It might take Yuri a while to get used to new people. It's fine, I really didn't notice. I don't know. In general, I think people like that. I mean, that's just me, and I connect with people like that more. But usually, if they're not as in your face and not as trusting at first, they make for better friends in the long run. Or at least more long-running friends in the long... You know what I mean? Yeah, so we'll see. What were you saying? Right, it's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through all that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form fit the two together. The end result of that is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. That's a good point. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Well, she actually gives good criticism, is the thing. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased, though. Biased how? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. You know she has a crush on me. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri's apologizing to herself or me or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. Yeah. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily as if that's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Okay. Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow, bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe. Calms, breathing air. What? I think that's... Yeah, calms, breathing air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers, I flicker back. That's a cool little poem. Obviously, the bathing is figurative. She's just standing underneath the lights. And of course, the lights are symbolic of time, future, blah, blah. Kind of like it. It's thoughtful, but if not hopeful, then at least optimistic, I'd say. ... I'm sorry, I have such terrible handwriting. No, it's fine. Except for the comms. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you a long time to read. I wonder if the game takes that into account. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting's pretty. Eh? Actually, it is. Like, it's not the typical girly handwriting that's just awful to look at. That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. that's the worst thing you could have said. Descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Yeah, you did the trick, I'd say. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Haha. What's that mean? Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, falmunction. Yeah, duh. Really? Must have totally missed the point, yeah. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. Well, also keep in mind death of the author so I can make up my own mind about everything. Sorry, that was a little bit harsh. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in the last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past. I guess so. And soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing, really. Well, it makes me happy that you think that. Just remember that it won't be long before you pick up on these things, too. Yeah, maybe you're right. I guess I'll have to keep trying. I'm counting on you. Okay, so we get to have a conversation with each of them. Yeah. I wonder if we ever get to look at the poem itself. Like, I was under the impression that maybe it made it be like... it could be like procedurally generated out of the words that I've chosen. And then it would try to make sense of it. There are algorithms that can do that, by the way. Some better than others. I think I'm gonna keep Sayori for last, so I'm gonna add Knatsuki next. Dot 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 question mark. Well, it's about what I expected from someone like you. That's a little blunt. Well, excuse me. It's not like I said it was bad. It just didn't evoke any emotions. So basically, it's not cute enough for your taste. You want to get smacked? I'll pass. Sigh. Well, anyway, I guess I need to show you mine. Not that you'll like it. Holy crap. The music change is pretty good. Pretty good too. Eagles can fly. Monkeys can climb. Crickets can leap. Horses can race. Owls can seek. Cheetahs can run. Eagles can fly. People can try. People can try, but that's about it. I guess she brought it around a little bit. Jesus. Yeah, thanks for your input. How do you exit out of it? Okay, yeah. I told you that you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously. Well, there was, all joking aside, there was like kind of a structure there and a rhythm, and even though there wasn't much behind it, it didn't pretend to be anything less than or more than it was. I think you don't need much more than that. And in the end, it kind of had a small point to make, like animals and humans, and you could really go maybe a little bit deeper than maybe the author intended, saying like everything comes easy to animals, or like if you go by instinct, you can't go wrong, but we're lacking that, or our world in general doesn't supply us with that, so it's hard. Shit's hard, yo. But yeah, it's a good poem, actually. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Yeah, that's commendable. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. Ah, it helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. Yeah, except I did realize. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Well, I guess not. I decided to humor her with that last comment. I don't really I care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. I wonder how old all these are. Like, high school in Japan, I don't know. How old is a graduate in Japan? It should be like around 18, right? So she would be like 15 or 16. Again, like we don't even know how old we are, so whatever. On to Monica. Hi, falmunction. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. That's the opposite of what you should do, Jesus. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Ah ha ha ha. Don't worry, falmunction. We're all a little embarrassed today, But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. I like this one. It makes me think of something Sayori would like. Is that so? You and Sayori are really good friends, right? I wouldn't be surprised if you had those sort of things in common. Ah, well. You may be good friends, but Sayori and I are actually really different. Well, that may be the case. But maybe there are also some similarities that you wouldn't expect. The way she talks about you. It sounds like the two of you really care about each other's well-being. Even if you show it in different ways, it ends up being more similar than you'd think. So I guess that's the kind of vibe I get when reading a poem. You sure you're not reading into it too much? I could be. Oh gosh, I sound like Yuri. But in any case, Sayori's writing has kind of a gentle feel to it. I can tell that she likes exploring with emotions like happiness and sadness. Who knew that someone so happy would enjoy sad things too? Yeah, that's totally unexpected. Well, to each their own. And you shouldn't be afraid to experiment a little bit either. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little bit biased towards their own kinds of styles. But I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So you don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Ah ha ha. Anyway, you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. Well, here's the thing. I wonder, I guess I've been scoring the most points with Sayori. Yuri must have been a close second, but I wonder how it would have turned out if I had picked words that were more leaning into each of the girls' directions, like how the conversations would have played out that way. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to be not very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Okay, it actually has a scroll bar. Hole in wall. It couldn't have been me. See, the direction the sparkle protrudes. A noisy neighbor? An angry boyfriend? I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel, blind like a film left out in the sun, but it's too late. Oh, shit. Shit! I accidentally skipped it. My bad? Damn it! Is there an auto? No, there's not. Well, that's a bummer. What do you think? I don't know. I can't really. God damn it. I mean, that's a little embarrassing, but I guess well, I have to split the episodes at some point anyway, so let me just look up her freaking letter and her poem, and I'll read it to you next episode. Sorry about that. But they should really let you go back into it again and read it. Well. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you guys in the next episode. Bye.